Terrence here again from RV for Freedom, and I'm here to tell you about this awesome bike I found that I think is the perfect RV bike. I'm going to tell you all about it, so stay tuned. So I've been looking for an e-bike, an electric bike, for quite some time. I was thinking about upgrading a couple of my existing mountain bikes that I have, even long before we got the motorhome. When we got the motorhome, I definitely wanted to get an e-bike because it allows us to obviously have a little bit more range. It's easier on Nancy. It's just nice to have, but there's a couple of drawbacks to doing that. The first one is that you have to have a place to put it, and hanging them on the back of your motorhome is not convenient for a lot of reasons. You could be towing another car, you know, you don't want them to get all dirty all the time, but the biggest reason you don't want to put them on the back of your motorhome is they will get stolen. It's not if they'll get stolen. I don't care what kind of lock you put on it, what you do. Eventually they're going to get stolen. If you have bikes in the back of your motorhome and you're like, yeah, but I've got them locked up, you just haven't had them stolen yet. And so I wanted to get something that I could store away under the coach. Obviously, in our Newmar, we have a lot of basement storage, but storage is always at a premium. And so I started looking at some of the folding bikes. And most of the folding bikes, they didn't have enough power, or they didn't have enough features, or they're too heavy, or they cost too much money, et cetera, et cetera. Then I came about this bike in particular, and I've already built one of them. I'm gonna do a box opening here. I'm gonna do an opening to show you how it comes apart and how it goes together. But this is the Jupiter Bike Discovery X5. There's a few other bike names that use this same style. Obviously, they're not made here in the USA, they're made overseas. But this particular one is sold by Costco, and it costs $699.95, so it's $700. It has a 350 watt motor on it. The early ones, you'll see reviews that say, well, they only had a 250, but it does in fact have a 350 watt motor on it, and enough battery power, I don't know, go like 15 miles. But it's only 40 pounds, and it's so comfortable. So let me go ahead and take this one out of the box, show you how it all goes together, then we'll take a ride, and I can tell you more about it. All right, let's open this box up and see what we got. With the trusty Leatherman. They're not a sponsor yet. And by the way, I did buy this with my own money. This is not something that Costco or Jupiter or anybody else gave to me to review. This is something I basically did on my own. So the first thing to come out here is, looks like the fenders. And as I said, I already put one of these together. So you got some fenders, front and back fenders that we have to screw on. We have team of experts. Team of experts is going to solve our problems. Don't return this to the store. Okay, there that goes. There that goes. Brakes need adjustment. Your Jupiter bike comes equipped with disc brakes. They may squeak for a little bit. Okay, well, we don't need that for right now. Next thing up is a box of goodies. We'll get into that one in a second. We got the seat, and this seat has got 2 shock absorbers in the seat. It's super comfortable. Let's get into this box, see what we got here. This might be the charger. And you can charge this bike either with it, with the battery in it already, or you can, when you break it in half, you can kind of, when you fold it in half, you can take the battery out if you want and unlock it. So this does in fact look like my charger. We have the instruction manual, very important instruction manual. Actually not so important because it really goes together easy, and you're watching this video. Put the knife away. This is our battery charger inside here. Now the greatest part about this bike is there isn't a whole lot to assemble. I mean, everything is in here inside the box, pretty much ready to go. All you gotta do is take all this packaging off, and we can lift it right out of here. It weighs 40 pounds. Looks like something might have came loose in there. I got one little thing in there. It is, you know, traveling a long way. So I'll definitely want to find out what this little guy goes to. We'll stick him in my pocket for now. Now the rest of it's just unpackaging all this stuff. Gonna make quite a mess. It's all done with like masking tape, so it's pretty simple to get it all off of there. One thing I'll show you in a minute is it comes together in the back with a really cool magnet that kind of sticks together in the back when you fold it. Also has a front and a rear light. It's got a couple of keys here. That's for your battery. What we do next is simply do that. And then what you're gonna see on this side, turn it around this way, This is where your battery is, and this is where you unlock the battery. You slide the battery out. This is where the two halves come together, and then all you do is that, boom. Now you got half the bike put together. Then all you do is take this, lift that out, fold that up, and boom. Now you got handlebars. Oh, I found the other part. So, the part that came off in the box, this is really important part, is for the seat. So, this is the seat clamp. So, we have that little nut. Put that on. Take our seat, slide it on in there to the right height, which we'll figure out at some point. Clamp it down, tighten this side over here, clamp it again until you get it really good and tight, because you don't want it to fall down. There it goes. That's pretty much it for putting this thing together. Next things that you want to do is you have to test the brakes and adjust the brakes, which I'm going to take a look at that. And we have to put air in the tire. But as I was talking about, one of the cool things this bike has is it has a shock back here so that it's really comfortable to ride. It has shocks in the seat. The pedals also fold down. Let's see if I can figure out how to do it. Boom, like that. So it stores relatively flat. So what happens is that when you get these, they generally don't have the brakes correctly adjusted. As you notice, there's a lot of travel in that brake, and we want to reduce some of that travel. So the easiest way to get the beginning part of an adjustment that's the easiest is right here. You pull back on the cable a little bit and you unscrew this. And you unscrew it about, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. And that's going to add a little tension on that. Then that's the lock nut right there. And now we look to see how much travel we have, and you can see it has less travel for the brakes. So I'm going to go a little bit more. You can't go all, that much, because then this screw will come completely out of the brake lever. But we can get a little bit more out of that, and I think we're going to be good to go. Yeah, that's good enough right there. Now we're going to go over to this side, and we're going to do the same thing. Look at the travel. It's not too bad. We're going to add a little bit more tightness, and then what we're going to do is we're going to check to make sure that it doesn't rub when it's not being pulled. So that's pretty good. That's the front brake, okay? So now we're going to come down here, and we're going to spin that tire and see that it doesn't rub, and it doesn't. And then we put the brake works. Now we come for the back one, same thing, pick it up, make sure it spins without rubbing. It spins pretty good. And then we'll spin it again, and we hit the brakes. Good, perfect. So one thing you'll notice right here is that these grips are kind of pointing up. Obviously that's not going to be comfortable. You're not going to be riding like this. And so this whole handlebar has to rotate back. So this clamp right here does that. So you undo this clamp, rotate the handlebars back like that, get them centered, and then clamp it down again. Now you can see it's still loose. That means that I have to tighten the back side a little bit, that little nut, and then when they come down it should be nice and tight like that, and now it can't move. So it's pretty good, pretty easy. So now it looks like the brakes are working, looks like our handlebars adjusted. Now we can talk about how it works. We can take it for a test drive and see how it rides. So one thing also is there's these protected covers. Don't be that person that never takes off the protected cover. And to turn it on, you hold down the M button, and then the whole thing will start up just like that. And it'll show you the amount of battery it has. It'll show you that it's in miles per hour right now, and it'll also show you it's in first gear. Okay? It'll also tell you how many miles you've traveled. You might be wondering what this little button is over here. This button doesn't make you go. This is this extremely loud horn that it has. You gotta be really careful when you use this, because you can really scare somebody. So you can put this into 3 speeds. It's always going to be pedal assist. What that means is that while you're pedaling, it's going to add to it, right? But you also have a throttle on this side over here. So at any time, you can just give it throttle like you're on a motorcycle. It's got its own little kickstand, and looks tiny, but it works. One more cool thing these bikes have is they have lights front and back. And to turn those lights on, all you got to do is come up here to your control, hold down the plus, and then the light goes on just like that. Hold on the plus. And the light goes off.
Okay.
On the bottom of the seat, on the back of the seat, they actually have a light so you can be seen at night, a red light on the back. And when you get the bike, you got to pull this little tab out here. And once you do, and I think it takes a 2032 battery, but it comes installed with one. You just then push this button.
Yeah, I lost it.
Okay, now I'm going to take it out for a spin. I'm going to bring you guys with me, and I'll show you kind of how it works. Okay, so I'm off. I'm riding it. I'm going nice slow pace. I'm in number one. And while you're in number one, like I said, you pedal and it goes. So in speed one, you can get it up to about 10.6. So it's real smooth going. Now I hit the up button. Now I'm at number two. Now you can really start cooking. I'm doing a good 13 miles an hour. Now if you're gonna go to 3, hold on. You cook it up to 3 and you're like, holy crap, what am I doing? So while you're in the RV park, you might want to stick with just number 1 speed, because otherwise you might get into trouble.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Love it.
Leave it on 2, it's fine. Ah! Let's try it on 2. It's fine, 2 is fine.
No, there's a car coming.
2 is fine.
No, I have to leave it at 1.
2 is fine.
1 is my speed. Oh my god. No, 1 is perfect, babe. 2 is a little bit too much for me.
How you doing?
Good. Just my hands are freezing, that's all. But, oh my god, this was amazing. I can't believe this. I'm so happy with this e-bike.
Is it cold out?
It is very, very cold, but it's definitely worth it.
Cold for Californians?
Yeah.
This February, it's like
No, this is
It's like
gorgeous
45
weather
degrees
for
out.
February. Yeah.
but still cold. Now I gotta put the bikes away. Because I put the bikes in and out in these compartments below, I thought it'd be a great place to use this TV compartment to hold the 2 battery chargers. That way, when we bring the bikes in, we can charge them up, put them away, take them out, charge them up. It's right here. All of the modern Class A motorhomes of this style have basement storage, and this is where I wanted to put the bikes so they'd be safe always. So that just goes right in here, and then these have electric slide outs, which is super convenient. So the tray just slides right on out. And then to store them away, all you do is basically fold this part down here, which is your handlebars. Release the catch in the middle. Go ahead and put both your pedals like that. Up on the kickstand, I already took the seat out. And then the whole bike is going to fold together, come together with a magnet like that. And I don't even have to lay it on its side. It's just 40 pounds. And it rolls right on in and into the back. Just like that.
So it's pretty easy, huh? I probably can do that, huh, honey?
It's pretty easy.
There we go. Easy peasy.
Yeah, so that's about it for the e-bikes. What are they called again?
Jupiter bike.
They're called the Jupiter e-bike. We got them at Costco, and I think they're pretty great. What do you think?
I think they're worth every penny. I am so happy with these e-bikes. I feel comfortable, and I'm now able to go on level 2.
Level 2. So the 3 speeds, she's not comfortable on, on level 3, but level 2 you can do it, huh?
Yes, level 2 so far.
Well, level 2 gets you to about 12.5 miles an hour. Level 3 gets you to just over 16 miles an hour, and it's more than enough all around town to get you around. They're not like advanced mountain bikes or anything like that, but they really are helpful when you're traveling around in a motorhome. We can't wait to use them in like a city and
we're gonna have
just
so
transportation and whatnot. It's going to be great. They're great here at Pinnacles, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video.
Bye. Did you turn that thing off?
No.
Oh my God, Terrence.
That was close.